YouTube. So we're going to start that. So we're live. I don't know why there we go. It's a little bit brighter, but not much, but that's okay. So we are live on YouTube and on Facebook. So that's good. I'm going to try to share this feed. Not 100% sure how to do that.
It's still dark, huh?
Just a little. Yeah, I don't know why.
That one's light.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. You know, this Facebook maybe a little bit more cool than I don't know who that is.
Yes, it's the
somebody just came over to my house, so that's odd.
YouTube is one that's dark, a little dark.
Yeah, let me adjust this camera real quick, and then we're gonna get started. Are you looking at it right now? Let's see if the view.
No, you only have me and that's right, you're gone.
Okay. So there we go. That should be good. Yeah, you can only see the bottom of my head, and that's not good. I mean the top of it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease. All right, so let me post this. Link here, so we can be on. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if that works. Bam. All right, we're good to go. All right.
So which one is that one?
This is the YouTube feed, and this is the Facebook Live.
Hello.
What's up? We're doing a live video, and we want to look professional.
Are you?
All right. So today's topic, which is amazing, or topics. We actually have topics today, and deal with. Wait, did I finish telling you how much of an honor it is? I always like to say that, man. It's an honor to be with you, man, and always love hanging out with you, brother.
Likewise,
yeah, man.
Sure.
So we just kind of so happen to name our show "The Bishop and I."
Or you can say I am the Bishop.
Yeah, the Bishop and I. Hey, just real quick, I want to shout out my shirt from the A. Philip Randolph Institute. Got this yesterday. He helped to localize the Porter Cars Union back in the day. And just goes to show you the power of the black voice. This was during the height of racism. When they hit him with that money and said, we know is the need for more collective work on issues in the black community. But we'll start off. The first issue, we'll talk about our parole, probation, or other forms of supervised release, a form of oppression for black people. The second thing we're going to talk about is the CAS community meeting in AB 392. We're going to talk about COINTELPRO and other surveillance operations black communities coming up. That just burned me up, man. First order of business, man, is our parole, probation, and other forms of supervised release, a form of oppression for black people. What was your reasoning for picking this as a topic?
For several reasons, but there's more people on parole, probation, some type of supervision today than were in slavery in 1850. We understand and know that even in San Diego, the arrest rate for black people, Latinos arrested per 1,000, but blacks is disproportionate, just way up there. And you got to remember, a lot of these arrests, some end up not being convictions, but many of these arrests, folks end up pleading out real quick on the felonies and so they can get out of jail or don't have to do any time. But they end up on probation, they end up on parole, they end up on release supervision. And one of the things that I'm starting to realize and starting to see, what Genevieve Jones-Wright is one to kind of open my eyes to.
My DA.
Your DA. She opened my eyes to it when she came to our Build Trust. And she gave a presentation, and one of the things that she was talking about was people waiving their fourth amendment right? Fourth waiver. And she was saying that, no, even in the courts, you can challenge the court not to put individuals on fourth waivers, right? But most people are placed on fourth waivers in California. And then one of the things I found out a couple of weeks ago is that when you look at the federal probation and parole and home, or I shouldn't say home supervision, but release supervision, Many of those people are not put on fourth waivers in the federal government. Then when we was talking to the federal parole agent, basically what she said is that that's kind of like a California thing. And in some of the other states, whatever, when you look at it, most of the time it's in what we call these liberal states that really are tough. Now, some of the red and conservative states are tough in the sense of not allowing felonies to vote and things like that. But when it comes to those type of things, when they get out of prison, they don't put them on fourth waivers. And when you talk about a fourth waiver, you're talking about not only that individual, but like if you have a friend or a family member that is on probation, parole, and or on release supervision, and they come to stay with you, not only are they waiving their fourth waiver, but you're waiving your Fourth Amendment, right? Because now they can come. I talked with individuals who told me that, when probation come into their home, they went into their bedroom and so on. And one of the things
they checked the whole house.
Yeah, and we called them on that probation on. They said, "Oh no, we just checked the bedroom for security purposes, to secure the house." And so
technically you're only supposed to check the room that person stays in or something like
exactly.
that.
Or wherever they're quartered at. Like if they're on the couch and that's it, you check there. Wherever their clothes are, that's what you check. Whatever, if they don't use my laptop or computer or phone or whatever, you don't supposed to check my stuff. But we know people have gone to jail because they come in and search the whole house and find something that belongs to somebody else, like some marijuana or something.
Or a bullet in a room somewhere that you wasn't even in.
Yeah, exactly. So all of this is a form of oppression. You know what I mean? Especially the waiver of the Fourth Amendment right, because now you have no rights, right? They can stop you. Why do you think when the police stops you, they say, is anyone in the car on probation? They automatically assume that they can search your car, that they can search you. But that's a condition of probation. And believe it or not, there are some people that are not willing to waive their rights. They say, well, you know what? I'll just do my full term. If it's 3 years, they won't let you out in a year and a half. They say, I'll just go and do the other year and a half. And when I get out, I'm going to get out, a free man and not a slave still to the system. Because that's basically what it is. It's a form of oppression. And then not only that, but many of these people, especially that get on probation, don't you know the majority, a high percentage of people, recidivism has, I shouldn't say recidivism, but a high percentage of people who are on probation that end up in prison. They're not in prison or go to prison for catching a new case, but they're in prison for violating their probation. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I violated, I didn't break any more laws, but I might have came home a little later. I might have drank liquor and I wasn't supposed to, or I might have been hanging around somebody that I was supposed to have been hanging around with. Texas is one of the most conservative states around here, right? Texas allow the offenders, number one, they don't put them, to my understanding, they really don't put them on fourth waivers, but they also allow, when they get out of prison, whether they're on probation, parole, to hang out with other people on probation.
I was talking to somebody
like
he works for the parole office where he lives, and he was saying that they don't have any. He said, you got felons that get out of prison and go live with a wife that's a felon. They don't.
Exactly, they're no trap.
So basically, what I hear you saying is that. So the idea of it being a form of oppression is multifaceted. The first one is that a person that's on parole or probation has to give up their Fourth Amendment rights, which is the right to not be searched, a right to deny search and seizure. Like you got to have probable cause. Mm-hmm. So you see, if you watch, and I watch a lot of the videos, the First Amendment protection videos, some of them are pretty antagonistic. But the point of it is, the point that they're making is that it doesn't matter how you feel about what I'm doing. It's a protected right. And they say, are you on probation or parole? I don't have to tell you that.
Right.
And well, are you? Let me see your ID. I don't have to give you my ID. And you have a right to say no, unless you can articulate a crime, and suspicion ain't no crime.
Right.
You can't. Right. Suspicion is not a crime. Right. What is the crime that you are alleging that I'm committing?
Right.
And just tell me. Yeah. If you're telling me I'm committing a crime, and let me know. And then what, and so, but when you're a fourth waiver, that means that you automatically waive that right. So if they pull you over and you are bound, it's against the law not to tell them that you're not on parole or probation. So you give up that right to do that. But let's go even a little further, right? So I was having a conversation, and we're talking about the entire justice system, right? Just the system in general that says the system is flawed. So I believe that right now what we have is a prison industrial complex.
That's right.
So I think if I remember correctly, the statistics were that in California, private prisons, I was looking, we have 35 prisons in California, and I think 5% of those are private prisons. I believe
prison
for profit. So think about how the parole system works, right? You own a business. You say you own one of these prisons. You got 300 people that you employ that make $80, $90, $100,000 a year. Right? You got millions just to pay. Right. You got to pay these bills. So how are you going to keep the seats, legislators, and for these people to get into prison? It's all the way down to the police department. All that police money and stuff like that. So you figure they arrest people, silly arrests, frivolous arrests. Then they go to jail. Then they go to prison for